At number 4, we have Alpha 527 here on Badline UHC.
Honestly, if I had just been flying, I'd be 3 horsemen.
And he sees a guy over there. It's a name tag. What is this contraption here? The pistons go up, and he's suffocating a guy in a wood block. I've never seen a trap like this before. He clicks him with his 2 CPS. And he takes him out.
Oh my gosh. Alright, what's up guys? It's Absolutely Alpha here, and welcome back to our number 3 in the installment of UHC Trap Talks. However, I am going to be changing the name to UHC Trap Tutorials, as I want to... there's not much to talk about, honestly. As dumb as that sounds, I just don't really have any... most of these traps I'm going to be going over. They are old, but it's hard to figure out who made them, and really provide much other than a tutorial. And I think a tutorial just sounds better and will probably attract more people. So that is my plan for this series. So I'm going to go ahead and keep trying to do this weekly again. I know I took like a month break, or a really long break with it, but I'm going to hopefully try and come back. Anyways, so this week's is going to be... I don't remember what I called this, honestly. I don't really have a name for it. Hopefully I'll have one in the title, but basically it's pretty self-explanatory. Someone runs up a set of stairs. This could be I did this in mini UHC with just little houses. This could also just be in a sky base. But the pistons come up, trapping him. He can't move forward or backward. And then after that, you have a optional part of the trap is simply a lever that you place, and by placing that, it causes you to start suffocating them, so they get distracted that they're getting crit out, and that can help a lot. So that's your options right there. And so that's basically the trap. There's not too much to it. I'm gonna go ahead and go into single player world, show you how it's built, hence the tutorial part of this, and that's about it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Alright guys, so this is basically this is basically the list of materials you're gonna need. You're gonna need a decent bit of wood. A stack of stairs should be enough. If you want to make a little bit more, that's fine. A stack of leaves you'll need, maybe pushing 2 stacks, and then some wood. For the actual trap components, we're gonna be needing some pistons. We're needing redstone. You need 1 redstone repeater. You don't need, I used to always made it with 2, but I recently realized you only need 1, so that saves. But 16 redstone is probably the minimum you could pull off this trap with. 20 is definitely enough. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab all this, and we'll go ahead and get started. So the crafting tables are just in case I need to go ahead and change something up a little bit. Step 1, you figure out where you want to actually do your trap. But once you've decided and you have a decent area, you're going to start to build up in that direction with the leaves. That's what the leaves are for. It's just to use, instead of using wood for this part, just use the leaves. So we started around Y70, so we'll go to Y100. I thought that sheep was a player in full iron, but this is not an actual UHC. This is survival. Jeez. So 95, and... ooh, I almost missed that. That's good. So, and that actually took a full stack. Cool. So we're going to run down here and use our stairs. This part's pretty simple. I like to make it 2 wide. You can make it 1 wide. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to cut this part. Okay, so we're up here now. I'm going to go ahead and place wood right here. Boom. Place that with wood. And that should be good. 1 more. Okay. Next, we want to cover up. So this is just kind of the way you're going to set this up. The reason you cover up is for specs, or at least it was in Badline UHC. Well, it's not really as much of an issue anymore. So you're going to create what I just did right here. I probably should have explained what I was doing instead of just doing it. But so you have this kind of like setup right here. Set of pistons, redstone, pistons. We're going to place stairs on top of those pistons. We're going to place wood on top of the redstone, and then on top of this we're going to place stairs as well, but first we need to do that. Yeah, you're going to place your stairs like that, and you'll understand why in a second. You got to place them just like that so it creates that little hole, otherwise this trap doesn't work. So that's like one of the most important parts. I've made that mistake before, and it's really a pain. And so for this, you're just going to kind of build a little doorway. We have this, we can fall down here. Alright, so this is where crafting table comes in handy. So I always put a crafting table like down somewhere, anywhere. But we need a little bit of slabs. Or these aren't necessary, but they're definitely helpful. So the main thing is just make sure you're shifted. You're not going to fall off. You can make the sky base part however you want, pretty much. There's not necessarily... I don't really have too much rhyme or reason. I just like to make sure that I have some level on here. But, like, okay, that made no sense what I just said. I like to have, like, a wall. So that way if I somehow get hit, I don't go flying off. So a wall behind me. And then the next thing you need is this top part. So, right now, this bottom trap is all set. It's done. So there's 2 tiers to the trap. Once you put a roof, there's this bottom tier is all done. Someone comes up, and you place your pressure plates right there and there. Full down, comes running up. Boom. He gets stuck, like so. I didn't get an axe, but it's okay. So yeah, that's the bottom trap. It surrounds you both in the front and the back, as we've discussed. And so the reason you make the steps like this is so now he can't. There's nowhere he can hit you. Like, it's impossible. But you can crit him out from right here. That's the beauty with it. So we have that part done now. Okay. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put these back. So yeah, you just gotta make sure you place them on the walls like that, and make sure you can see that spot. Okay, so that part's done. Now, second part. There's a couple different ways to approach this. Sometimes I'll take my spare stairs and I'll place them right here and here too. Actually, is that right? Yeah, that's okay. So I almost forgot. You gotta break these two whenever you do this part. So, but you go ahead and come up here. You gotta remember you want to place those. You drop down. You take your 2 pistons and you face them face down. You put the wood back. Up. So we're up here again. Go ahead. I'm gonna take these and put them right there. But just anywhere you can really get these to block off the pistons. And like I said, you don't really have to block off this back half technically. If you're playing something where you can't get specced to. But if there's specs, and that's just I always played with specs, so I kind of gotten in the habit of blocking this off so they can't actually see it. Okay, so put a repeater right there, and then put redstone dust right there, and block off, and now we slowly make our way down. And like I said, you don't have to block off, and this basically works like right here. You don't have to go any lower than that. And so that's why I said right there, how much redstone did I get myself? I gave myself 6 plus 3, that's 9, 10, 11. 11 plus 10. Yeah, that would be, yeah, so 16 redstone, just like I said, actually got that right. And then we need a button or lever, anything really. You can't place buttons on the bottom, that's a rip. Okay, put the button right there. And so that's basically it. And so we'll go ahead and place these right here. So the trap is done. When someone comes running up, we'll go ahead and throw this gap to simulate someone running up. And I want to do the other one just because. Boom. They just fell in the trap. You press this button. And right there are, what are those called? I don't know. But those are, special. But yeah, they're, wood blocks. And it goes on their head to suffocate them. So the beauty of having the slabs here is if you place wood right there, and actually that might be, yeah, anyway, if you place wood right there and you stand back and you place slabs up there, you can spam up and crit out. So that's why I put the slabs here, because if there's no slabs here, it's just a pain to kind of crit them out. But yeah, so that's basically all there is to this trap. Like I said, you can put a little water pool to fish in. The sky base is yours, but this front part is basically how it works. And the common problems I have is then realizing it's a trap, of course. The pressure plates being there, that's the only obvious type thing some people might try to build up when they realize that. So there's a lot of ways to combat this trap, and honestly, it's kind of outdated. I wouldn't really recommend using this one anymore. People don't really skybase anymore, that's the thing. So there's just not a high enough player count for skybasing to be a viable option. But this is how the trap worked when I did it, and it was really successful for me. And so I thought I'd go ahead and share it with you guys. That's about it. Okay, that looks epic. that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.
I was on the radio. Now these motherfuckers trying to act like they ain't play me though. I've been on my grind, nights without my parents. Y'all don't understand, I was so fucking embarrassed. My house was never furnished, we was sleeping on the terrace. Then my house was filled with roaches, but that shit I finally cherished.